Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Remy. I know I'm late, y'all. Please forgive me. I got up this morning and fell back to sleep. And my husband just woke me up and he was like, "Babe, I thought you had something to do." Hey, Empress. How are you, beautiful? Empress, I'm getting you confused with the other Empress you're talking about. But I know my baby got a picture on her. Um, So anyway, what's going on? What are we doing this morning? What are we talking about? What y'all want to jump into? Y'all got a topic, or y'all just want me to just fly by the seat of my pants? Because we can do that. All seriousness, um, I think that a great topic of discussion will be responsibility this morning. What y'all think? I think we should discuss responsibility and raising our kids and being able to accept when we are wrong. Um, I think that all of us are just kind of going through a tailspin. It's so much going on. Um, the whole situation we know with Sammy and Ben, and um, now it's um, Phantom and whoever. I think that good morning, my beautiful melanated Grand Rising. I think that we need to stay focused. Yesterday when Sammy had jumped up on Phantoms, melanated, and somebody else in the chat was like, "She's gaslight you," because my attention immediately went to when she said her son was being used as a thumbnail. So my attention quickly went to protecting the child, right? I had no idea that that would lead to me being dragged. Hey, Taylor. Because I actually was up there with good intention, but I I want to say I get it, but I'm not sure what the hell's going on, y'all. Y'all know I'd be lost anyway. But I think that what I'm seeing, um, she was eval. Semi ain't shit. She disrespects you. Thank you, baby. I think that what I'm seeing is exactly what they were saying, the gaslighting of it all. Um, she didn't jump up and defend anything we were talking about. She jumped up and she immediately gave us a reason to go into a different topic or be less concerned about what's going on with her. I'm gonna be honest, I'm done. I can't. It was too much yesterday at Phantoms, y'all. It was so much going on. Hey, King, and I felt like this is a lot of sensory overload. Like everybody's screaming and hollering, and nothing's getting accomplished. And this is such a nasty conversation that nobody really can add anything to it without feeling like they being involved in a nasty conversation. So I think that the topic of being ever changing and being responsible for what he has said and done is a mute point. He's not going to do it. I think that we should not be surprised that Sammy supports him. That was her man for a while. So that's what she's going to do. I think the surprise is coming in at the topic and what we are protecting as not just as content creators, but as people, not being able to tell somebody that their position is wrong on a subject or that they have presented themselves in a negative way. And that's why they are being attacked or talked about. So, yesterday on Phantom's channel, first of all, Phantom runs the kind of channel where he has an open chat. You could just hop up and talk. He's very loose with the things that go on his channel. Now that doesn't make him a bad content creator. That just means that he's not always in control. Good morning, Polo. He's not always in. Hey, True T. He's not Sybil. He's not always in control of what's being said and done on his channel. When you leave your channel and you leave two people up there that don't get along, all hell's gonna break loose. Or you leave somebody up there that the chat is not familiar with, all hell is gonna break loose. So I think yesterday it was just a lot of emotion. Tanika was going through. There was a misunderstanding for her as to what we were, trying to accomplish. And I think that there was never any actual calm for anybody to like rest in. Um, I think that there is a how can I put this? I think that we should pay attention to the actions of other people, right? So, like Sammy is saying here, I believe that there should be a point where we just say, you know what, that come on, like we've done this, we've gone into this, this is something that we tired of arguing about, we tired of discussing. Benjamin's not going to apologize. To be honest, do we care? Sammy, that's her man, so she gonna do whatever. Sammy is I don't know. I feel like she will eventually, and I'm praying not in not too negative way, she'll realize that that man is not looking out for her good. That's all I'm going to say about that. He's not. I mean, he can't have a conversation with people on a YouTube channel. So I'm assuming that the ability to communicate is very low. When you all you do is cuss and yell and go off on women and talk about babies, it's hard to have a conversation with somebody like that. And then people will say, "Good morning, Michelle." People will say, "Well, y'all didn't give him a chance to, apologize or express himself." But this is the thing: when you over 40 years old, nobody should have to tell you to apologize or to give an explanation. That is like you should have learned that 30 years ago. I mean, we teach our children, our young children, to apologize, to say, I'm sorry for hurting you or being out of line. And so if I'm teaching that to my 6-year-old, I'm sorry. If I get up here and I feel like this man is never going to apologize and it has a lot to do with his character, that I can say that. I can say that just like anybody else can say, well, y'all don't really know him and he's not like that. They can say that. But the point I think that needs to be taken into consideration is there is no defense for Ben. There is no place where he can apologize because we're so caught up in what he said. So he can't see an avenue to say, you know what, I was wrong or I apologize, because we've already decided that anybody that says something like that has an illness or is sick or is troubled. I think that it takes a whole lot of soul searching to be able to look at somebody and say, you know what, I love you, but you out of, everything you say and do is off kilter. You're out of your zone with this stuff because you are offending people, whether you want to be in the sector or not. You are offending people. And because of that, they are not going to take you kindly, embrace you over there. Nobody's going to do that. I think sometimes, listen, I just got through going at the earlier part of the year. I had to go through a whole lot and take accountability for my things. And I think that what really helped me to do it was I love my subscribers. And I didn't want them to feel like I wasn't invested in helping them to come to a resolve for what I had said or done. When we hurt people and we leave the door open, they don't know how you feel. They don't know if you're apologetic, if you don't give a damn, if it's F you. And I think it takes a lot to come to the table and say, you know what, I made a mistake. I hurt you. I shouldn't have done this. All of that comes from being able to process what you've done wrong. I think that as far as we as a sector, we have to hold these people accountable. Everybody keeps saying, folks talk about kids, they say nasty stuff. I remember the first time I remember nasty stuff about kids was when Jag said, and I believe I don't know which girl it was. She told one of the girls that she was involved with, or one of her girlfriends was, I don't know, whatever. She said, I'm going to send somebody to your house to grape. Okay, your little ones. And when Jag said that, a lot of us fell off. Dirty Nikki, thank you, Sybil. A lot of us fell off from even going to her channel anymore. I told her, I did a live and I said, you're not welcome over here. You're not, I no longer support you. And people hated on me for that. Oh, that's how Jag is. No, when we say that's just how somebody is, it gives them a carpet to walk into. Y'all, we got to listen. I don't care if that's how you are. If you're not respecting the space that you're trying to run up into, why are we supposed to respect what you have to say? I think that we have missed some very important parts in this sector of people saying things that are unacceptable, and we don't call them to the carpet. And that's just being human beings and feeling like, okay, well, they're going to talk about each other's kids anyway. So let them talk about each other's kids. And then that elevates to, oh, not only is he talking about people's children, but now he's being sexual towards people's children. We have to create a space where we are saying, you know what, that first thing you said don't go. That first thing out your mouth does not go. And I think for a long time, the ability to stand and be honest and stand firm on what we believe, what we accept, I think it's coming to fruition for us to stand up like we talked about yesterday. It is not okay to say the things that are being said about children. It ain't. And every time I talk about this, Kimmy says, well, Val, you talked about children. Let me tell y'all, shout out to Kimmy. Let me tell y'all what Kimmy is talking about. She's talking about when I did the mop water series on trees. And one of the videos I did, I said that her house was full of rats and baby trees was playing with them. That's what I said. Now, the next thing I said was when I talked about Melanie and the whole moose thing, and I said she had moose babies. So I can take it. I said those things. I said them. But I think that calling everyone to the carpet when they say these things is going to be more effective than waiting for a little while and being like, oh yeah, remember when you said so-and-so. If we are going to make the decision that children are not, this is the thing. I know there are some great content creators, right? But if all of us have band together to keep Ben over there by himself, then why can't we all band together and say, if you start talking about kids, we out. We're not going to support it. We're not going to be in the chat. We cannot laugh and joke 1 minute with you about something, minuscule or something that doesn't mean much, or even if you're dragging an adult. But as soon as you bring kids into it, we got to get up out your chat because we don't support it. There are levels, you all. Let me tell you something that really got up under my skin yesterday. Somebody was talking and they were saying that what was being done or said about the children was wrong. And I think it was Lady T. Again, hey Lady T, I don't know her. I met, talked to her on the Phantom's channel yesterday, but she made the comment that about protecting kids and kids shouldn't be talked about. And again, I come back to, it's okay for us to have these conversations, but the action has to match the word, right? So if we're saying, oh, you can joke about Val's sons because, they're all grown. Well, no, they're not all grown. I have just turned 18 and a 6-year-old. But if we as a community allow for the caveat of, no, wait, don't talk about do the right things, kids, because of so. And then we go over in Sybil's chat and and Sybil's popping off on my kids. And we like, oh, that's kind of funny. Ha, ha, ha. We have no more time, you all, to be fickle about the things that are going on. It's like people refuse to accept several things can be true. It's not wrong or hypocritical to finally take a stand. Exactly. And so this is the thing. So if we say now we're no longer accepting or dealing with people who sexualize children or discuss children in any way, these kids are not on YouTube. So if we make a stance and say that, then we show with our action, no, don't. We don't want to hear about the kids. We don't want to hear you drag people's children. I listened to about 2 minutes of that young man over there. I think his name is Zoo, Little Zoo. Um, and yeah, it was absolutely disgusting to hear somebody talk about a child like that, and call him all out of his name. And regardless to how, we flow with Sammy, this is still somebody's baby, somebody's child that is being used as material for content. Um, we cannot be finicky anymore. We got to hold people to the fire. And I say that because I was held to the fire. So I know that it is possible. I know that when everything happened with me, I was already in a bad mental space, right? And see, this is the thing. They don't like me, but nobody has more real conversations than me. I was in a bad mental space. And so when all the stuff started happening, it ramped up for me. I have high anxiety. I started having bad thoughts, right? And so I had to really take a look at my mental health and how the YouTube community was affecting it because I allowed it to. I didn't have to be here. I could turn it off and go about my business. But in the scenario that I was in, I wanted to keep apologizing because I wanted to show people that I was sincere. You have to remove your ego and tell the truth to yourself, and then be able to apologize to people without all of the what is it called when the cover of, yeah, but I'm still gonna do it anyway, or y'all can't tell me what to do. Okay, nobody can tell you what to do, but in order to be in the sector, we've decided we're not doing that anymore. And every time somebody says, oh, but so and so did, you're right, and they got away with it, but we're not doing it anymore. I don't understand why there's a problem with us now realizing that talking about children is absolutely not, it's not something we should be doing. Like, it's wrong. And people act like because we're deciding this, we're picking on. No, we're saying this because these things have gotten out of control. I don't know how many people have sat and listened to Ben and what he said and what he talked about. But when you do, trust me when I say it will leave a horrible taste in your mouth and horrible visions in your head. And that's the same thing the young man was doing last night. He was saying the most terrible things about a 9-year-old that's not even on the internet. We need to be clear and concise about what we will accept over here and what we will not accept over here. Sexualizing and talking about people's kids are two completely different things. Both are wrong. But right. But listen, this is the thing. If I say it's okay for Sybil to talk about my kids, then I'm leaving that door open for my kids to be discussed in any way. Because how can I tell Frida, don't talk about my kids, but I'm allowing somebody else to do it because they're not sexualizing. The point I'm trying to make is just don't do it at all. Period. That's what I'm saying. Don't sexualize them. Don't talk about them. Don't drag them. Don't talk about the way they look. Don't talk about how they talk. Don't do it. Because we as adults who can really read don't need to talk about your children. We don't need to go out the boundaries of YouTube. We can handle it right here where it is. And I think that, and without conflating the issue, I think that we have to make a clearer definition of talking about kids and what's going to be tolerated and what's not. Melanator, who did what, honey? But yeah, I think that we got people that keep saying, y'all just keep on with the kids and so did it, blah blah blah, did it. Okay, well, they got away with it, but now we're not doing that no more. No, you're right, they did it. And we watched it. We sat up under it. We didn't say anything about it, or maybe we did say something about it and we didn't say it loud enough. But from now on, we not like, it's not necessary to talk about babies and children because you beefing with somebody on the internet. It's madness. It's absolutely madness. And I think the whole conversation is never really welcome because people immediately do the thing that they were doing yesterday. Oh, but she do, she says this and she said, why do we find it necessary to compare the conversations that have been said when all conversations, right, lead to the same conclusion? Leave children alone. Period. Well, what's a child? A child is anybody under the age of 18, as far as I'm concerned. Leave them alone. And why do I say that? Because my 18-year-old can get on here and defend himself if he wants to. My 6-year-old can't. If I had a 10-year-old, they couldn't. Do you understand? Like, if my 18-year-old wanted to start a channel, like one of my sisters did, and be in the chat and want to wild out, he could do that. But my 9, 10, 11-year-old son, if I had one, would never get on here and try to read and beef with somebody. So that's why we Black people do such a good job, y'all. Protect the kids. Take care of the kids. Don't let nobody talk about our kids. You can't say nothing about our kids. Hey, Val, I'll come in peace. I don't condone it. I didn't hear the zoo guy, but Sammy is getting her karma for. I hope the eyes are. And listen, Betty, this is the point I'm trying to make. It's just like I said yesterday. Okay? It's just like I said yesterday. We sit and we laugh at the most horrendous things, and then those things happen to us, and we don't understand why nobody is, flipping out or losing their mind, because you did the same thing, if not worse, to other people. It is hard as hell to accept when you are wrong. It's hard as hell to accept when you made a mistake and when you hurt people. And I'm not, this ain't me just being a content creator. This is me telling the truth. I've been there. And you have to accept whatever people say about you, whatever people feel about you in that time. You just have to accept it and keep moving. Just make sure you are genuine and sincere in your apology. People will feel it eventually. But when you get on and you like, I'm waiting on him to go ahead and come over here. Where's the big three? Where's the big three at? Come over here and hit the most wanted link and talk to the most wanted family. Yeah, I'm going to tell you that's not going to be an apology. That is you still trying to create madness and dissension, because the truth is, if somebody hits that panel, all there's going to be is an argument, because you don't think you're wrong, Ben. You don't believe that you are wrong. And Phantom, you said something yesterday that I was like, what? You said that when Ben has alcohol in him, he tends to get out of hand. He tends to, be this persona where he's disrespectful to other people. But this is my thing. If it's only when he has alcohol and you're his friend, then why aren't we holding Phantom to the same regard as we're holding anybody else that's sitting over there? Because Phantom, you need to be telling him the same thing we're telling everybody else to tell him. Now, pause. What I'm saying is, Phantom understands that Ben has an issue and a problem, right? We understand that that's what we're being told. We don't know Ben, right? We just hear him. He sounds like he's drinking. Okay, but we don't know him like that. So I feel like we as a group could go ahead and say, you know what? Stand on the same principles we stand on. Everybody stand on their feet and say, this is no longer accepted. If you cannot apologize, then okay, but don't come over here. You don't get to just put all of our rules and regulations on the ground and come over here and disrespect the people and the women and children in this sector. It's okay for us to say that. I don't know why people are running from that. You said, so what? It's no longer accepted. So-and-so, okay, we should have not accepted it then, but now we're no longer accepting it. Point blank, period. Like, it's us taking a stand and saying, okay, yeah, we made some mistakes. We let some people get away with it. We let some people say it. But from now on, they can say it, but we're not going to accept it. We're not going to sit up under it. We're not going to, we have every right to say that. That's not, and all this, y'all trying to take food out of his mouth and money out of his ain't nobody trying to. That man got a whole job. Nobody's trying to take food out of his mouth. You can stand for something and not feel like you have an obligation to protect somebody that is doing things, right, that make people uncomfortable and doing things that are just disrespectful to a whole community. I just don't, I cannot for the life of me understand why we're all, not us, but there are people who just feel like, nah, let him keep doing it because y'all been accepting it. No, that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. Now, I will say, people are saying that he's a PDF. I'm not going to say that about the man because I thought about it. He may not possibly even be that. But his mouth and the discussions that are had lean into somebody who will sexualize a child. If you don't want to be put in that, trust me, don't talk like that. AT2, shout out to AT2. AT2 never got on his panel and talked like Ben, but there was a rumor going around that he said something on a phone call, and the whole sector almost turned against AT2. We never saw any evidence. All we knew was people were saying it, and we were so disgusted. Oh my God, I'm not going over there. AT2 is it this, AT2 is it that. And so people started leaving him alone and not supporting him. And AT2 been here for many, many years a part of the sector. But because we felt like he was saying things, right, or he was behaving in a way that we had been told, right, because we never saw any evidence. I don't know who had the evidence, but we didn't see it. But we as a group were like, no, AT2, that's a bit much. You need to get that worked out. People were doing investigations and going and getting his personal information and trying to dox him and making the world know that this is who he was. But AT2 is still here because they could never prove any of this. So the point I'm making is if AT2 never said anything on his panel and people were still pulling away from him, this is a man who says it out loud. We all witness it. And I don't understand why we're not allowed to feel some kind of way about what he says and does. And let me say this to Sammy. Sammy, you are always saying, oh, they hate me. They want to be me. What did she say yesterday about, she made a comment yesterday about us not, accepting Little Zoo, but not accepting what Benjamin said. Well, I don't know him. I do not know this young man. I can't accept somebody I don't know. I don't pretend to know what's going on if I don't know what's going on. So when she got up there and said that, yeah, I was caught up. I was like, somebody is doing that? That's crazy. But then the rant became more about how we're not allowing Benjamin, right, to do what he needs to do because we're so caught up in his words and his actions on YouTube. Whoa, shouldn't we be? If this is my thing, if this was anybody else's child and these words were said in a chat or we found out this was, something that was being taken care of off the internet, then we would still be offended for the child. You don't have to be offended for the parent. Just because you don't like the parent don't mean you got the child still hasn't done anything. And we still gonna hold Ben's feet to the fire. And we still gonna not go over there. And then y'all still watching. Yeah, a whole lot of people are watching from the bushes. He still gets 1,000 views. But nobody is in the chat engaging with him because people are really appalled at his behavior. And you cannot make people feel any kind of way other than what they feel. You just cannot do that. If the folks are mad and they don't want to be a part of the mess or they don't want to hear nothing about babies, then they have every right to not tune in, not to be engaged. But nobody can tell somebody, oh, y'all should be supporting him. This is how he talks. This is how he moves. He's just that kind of person. What? So y'all trying to tell me if he's out standing in front of a school building and he's talking about what men gonna do when they feed the babies and all the stuff you gonna do to this woman and that woman, We just gonna let him stand out there? Ain't nobody gonna go call the authorities. Ain't nobody, the mamas of the PTA ain't gonna get together and run him out of town. It's like we're not supposed to be able to get together and be angry about something. We can do that. We can do that. That doesn't make us a hating sector. All this doxing sector. I never doxed nobody in my life. It's the idea that everybody wants to be grouped into this same situation. So because now we don't support Ben, right? And apparently not Sammy either. So now we're the doxing sector and the lying sector and the all this kind. No, we're a sector that's deciding not to put up with the bullshit. I mean, let's put it out there. If you don't like me because of my stance on things, because of what I believe, and because I know that it's unfair to do and say whatever you want to children, and I'm not going to bend on that, then we can't. What are we? What is the conversation between us? Because clearly we're from two different zones. We're from two different places, and that's why I could be upset for Sammy's son last night. He's innocent. He ain't done nothing to nobody. But Sammy, you get up here and you want to protect this man who talks about other people's kids, who puts his mouth on all these women and what he gonna do to them and how he gonna make them do and that. Why are we protecting this? I don't understand. There's no way in the world that anybody should be sitting over there and saying, you know what, Ben, fuck them. They just haters. You know what, Ben, don't worry about. No, I don't want him to worry about me. I want to set the record straight about me today. Because I'm realizing that some people that acted like they supported me are falling off because of my stance with Benjamin. If you don't understand how I feel, if you do not have any compassion in your heart or empathy in your soul for the fact that people are traumatized and triggered by some of the shit that comes out his mouth, and the only answer you have is, well, don't watch him. Okay, I won't watch him. But if none of us are watching him, why is he over here? We can take a stand if we want to take a stand. We can say what we want to say. I'm tired of people acting like because they feel different, we should feel this. I'm not going to feel how you feel. I wasn't raised like nobody else was raised. My mama would never, ever allow me to sit in a place with somebody that talks like that ever. He would never be in the space. And coming from somebody who was SA, for those of y'all who keep saying, you know what? Yeah, that can be triggering to people. Those are trigger words. I'm going to need for everybody, every single person to imagine what it would feel like for you to go through what a lot of women on here have experienced. And then you go over and try to support somebody because he's a Black content creator and all of these profanities and all of these nasty things are coming out his mouth. And you recognize, oh, this dude ain't really for us. If he cannot protect our children, do you understand that the Black man is supposed to protect the Black child? What are y'all forgetting in this? What are y'all not understanding? What is it that people are just stumbling over? Oh, well, you know, that's his channel. Yeah, that's his channel. My question is, why are we allowing him any kind of idea that he gonna come over here and produce all the same mess that he's producing? No, hell no. Nope. I ain't never trolled nobody in my life, but nope. It's absolutely infuriating when people act like the conversations that we have, right? And ain't none of us perfect. None of us are saying we ain't never did nothing wrong. But y'all know me, I sure ain't perfect. But we have every right to say enough is enough. And it pisses me off because people keep on saying the same shit about who did, what did, blah, 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 blah. It's craziness. How as a woman do you go crazy over a man you only seen one? How as a woman do you go crazy over a man that you understand because you left him alone? You left him alone when all of this happened, or he left you alone. And at some point, you should have been like, you know what? This is not the kind of information, the kind of talking, the kind of, I don't want this around my child. I don't want this in conversation when I am doing my live. And I ain't trying to tell you what to do, Sammy, because we've had conversations. You're going to do Sammy, and that's fine. What I'm saying is, at any point in time, we can make a decision to change our mind. He ain't welcome over here. I said it. I don't know who else got to say it, but I said it, and I'm going to stand on it, because he will not take accountability for the things that came out his mouth, the way that he talked, the way that he discussed women and children. It was nasty as hell. And let me say this, okay? Because the day that Sammy came out, let's not forget the day that Sammy came out, and Sammy said, Tree's been effing since she was 5 years old. Say what now? You said what now, Sammy? What you say about Trees as a child? Say what? So now we're supposed to just be like, oh yeah, Sammy can say it because her and Trees are in a beef. No, why is that acceptable? Why was what Sammy said acceptable? Do you understand what I'm saying? So why y'all trying to act like don't nobody never say nothing? It's the same rules go to y'all. Ain't nobody really getting her ass about that. I did a live and I said, why in the hell would a woman ever say something about another woman being sexually abused when she was 5 years old? How do you fix your mouth to say that? Explain it to me. I don't give a shit what the beef is. Period. And shout out to Aaron, because Aaron did apologize for what he said about me and the uncles in my panties. But another thing that we should have stomped all over him for. Aaron eventually left and came back. And I believe that he is sincere with his apology. But I refuse, and I mean refuse. I have tried time and time again to support Sammy. I've tried time and time again to uplift her, because I do feel like she has the potential to go above and beyond all of this shit. But if you want to sit with a Negro that doesn't have the respect or decency to acknowledge you as the person you're supposed to be in his life, and then at the same time acknowledge that you are a mother of a special, I don't even want to say special needs, of a different need child, there's no respect there. He wasn't just calling out certain people. He's talking to everybody. He has no respect for women, period. And check this out. Whenever you set yourself up to defend somebody like that, and this is what I was trying to get a point across yesterday, you can stand and you can defend him. You can stand and you can say, you know what? I feel like what he said wasn't so bad. But whenever he says and turns on you, whenever he says something in the friend group that you find disgusting or you are put off by, trust and believe. Trust and believe. The first thing you're going to think is, damn, this Negro really is nasty. This Negro is out of pocket. I don't see how in fucking hell nobody can sit around somebody that's saying these things and shake it off. Do you know who you could be sitting with at this minute? This man lacks all type. He don't have there's no compassion in him. There's no ability to recognize that some people or a lot of people are not going to be receiving. You say you want subs. You say you want people to join your family, but everybody's a bitch. You're going to bust them wide open. You're going to give them the D. You're going to give their children the D. You're going to give my dad, mama the D. You are not welcome in this space because you have no respect for us. That's what it boils down to. It don't have to be nothing else. Okay, y'all want to get technical? The Negro has no respect for Black women and children, and so he ain't welcome. But what about SDW? SDW ain't really over here in our sector. Okay? We moving forward and we on everybody's ass, because if nobody else is going to protect these kids, we're going to protect these kids. We're going to say something. We're going to take a stance because it's gotten out of hand. Anytime some man thinks he has the ability to talk about giving children the D, have you lost your mind? Are you sick in the behind of your brain? Like, I don't understand. And then we said, what do we have conversation? Yeah, man, you sure said that. Ha, ha, ha. You told them about babies. Like, who's talking to this Negro? Who's pumping him up? Who's making him feel like he's really, really doing something? Because I just can't see the conversation. It's okay, baby. They don't know you. They don't know. Nobody wants to know him. Nobody wants to know. Nobody is trying to be around Benjamin. And Sammy, you're getting caught up in it because you are not even like it's cool with you. And then you say, well, they want me to stop supporting him because of something he said. I don't care if you support him or not. That's your man. Do whatever it is you feel comfortable doing with your man. But don't get mad at us because we're taking a stance on it. Period. It's a matter of conversation. We having one side and y'all having another. We feel like the shit was low blow, disgusting, and gutter. And y'all feel like it's just who he is. Well, let him be who he is over there. Shit, I'm tired of trying to, you do everything you can to try and be the good guy and the nice person, regardless what anybody says. And the slap in the face is, all y'all over here and y'all this and y'all that. I don't know shit about zoo. I don't know nothing about no monkeys. I don't know nothing about a circus. I don't know nothing about no elephants. But what I do know is it's a trifling ass nigga over there in the boxing sector that think he can say and do whatever he want to say and do because he's allowed to do it by other women who have children. No, it's illegal over here. You don't get to do it. Just like if you was a PDF, you'd have to go see your parole officer and sign up for not being around schools for a certain amount of time. Where your mouth is a PDF, and so we don't want you around us. Okay, that's been the consensus. That's what we have decided, and it shouldn't be no more discussion or argument about it. It really shouldn't be. What's been said has been said. What's been done, it's been done. We can't go back and we can't put our hands over nobody's mouth and say, you shouldn't say that. But moving forward, we have every right to say, oh, hell no. Hell no. I got a mama. I got sisters. I got babies. Everything this man is saying goes against what I believe. Everything this man is, everything offends me in some way. And if anybody is thinking about, I'm going to sit over here because I'm going to tell y'all some like-minded motherfuckers stick together. You cannot tell me. You can't tell me. And I remember Rich telling me one day, we was talking about, I told him, I said, I'm going to have to talk to Sammy about what she said about trees in the panties or whatever. I mean, trees in the 5-year-old or whatever. And the consensus with him was, she was just talking about trees as a young person, like a teenager or something. She should have said teenager or something. She specifically said 5 years old. We could have dealt with teenager because we all know when we was teenagers, we was probably hot, right? Or maybe not. But if she'd have said a 17-year-old, we'd have been like, well, damn. What makes you say a 5-year-old? And why the hell do we have to quit talking about it if y'all ain't gonna quit talking about us? If everybody's out the sector and then moved on, why are we discussing? Why is this sector being talked about? We're all adults. People gonna go and do what the hell they want. It don't matter what I say in a live. It don't matter what you say in a live. It don't matter. None of it matters. Because at the end of this other day, these people gonna get together and they're gonna say, you know what? That's not acceptable, or it is acceptable, or Val is exaggerating, or Ben's not so bad a guy, or ... People can say what they want. But as for me and my house, hell no. Nope. I've been around trifling ass men talking shit, being nasty, talking up under women's clothes. And when her and Ben first got together, I went to him on his channel and I told him that's disrespectful and it's nasty. I did that on Sammy's behalf because I really did not want to see that as a couple. But at the same time, you can only do so much and then you got to let people do what they want to do. So let us do what we want to do. We're not fucking with him. We're not trying to be a part of the things that come out of his mouth. And it doesn't matter if so this is what I think. I think coming over and saying Little Zoo is on with the baby in his as his thumbnail. Okay. I do believe Sammy wanted us to be upset about that. And I also believe she knew some of us would, be like, oh, hell no, that's not the, like, what's happening? Right? But how do you not see This boy got your son's face, which is fucked up and wrong as hell. Disgusting behavior as well. But at the same time, you gonna tell us, oh, y'all accept him into the flock. Who accept him into what? Where's the proof? Where have I ever accepted? I don't know this dude. So I don't understand why we want to put everybody in a box. Yeah, he over there, he over on Kimmy's, and so now he accepted. I don't accept him. He ain't been over here. The point being trying to be made is that we're allowing for somebody else that's using children and women, we're allowing them in the sector. No, I don't believe that's what's going on. And it still don't change how the hell some of us feel. After prayer, why won't he put up a trigger alert? This channel may signify or describe it. Because the best thing possible for a channel like that is the behavior that he's never going to change. So trigger alerts are for responsible adults. A trigger alert is for somebody who knows that the things coming out of their mouth could hurt somebody's feelings, could trigger them into some sort of negative response or PTSD. That's what responsible adults who care about their subscribers do. But when you don't give a damn, right, and you just want to get up and get on and just talk your shit, you don't care who you trigger. Just pop your shit, say whatever. And when that whatever becomes so sick and disgusting that we decide, oh no, that won't be tolerated, then don't start hating on the whole sector. Just understand that some of us ain't gonna stand next to the bullshit. It would go against us as mothers if we supported him. Period. After the shit he said, it would go against us as mothers, any color. For the things that came out of his mouth that day about babies, if he said those things in real life, there would be an outrage. Right. That's what I'm saying. If he's walking up and down the street and he's like, hey, man, you know what? When you put a baby in her and you bust it wide open and you get down in there and you're moving around. Hey, man, yeah, the most hated. Come on over here to the most hated. Let me put some D in your mouth. I ain't worried about the big three because I'm going to put some D in their mouth. Boy, you ain't got that much D. Stop sharing it with everybody because we don't want it. And this don't have to be a negative experience for none of us. We made a decision. Everybody's not on the same page in chats. That's fine. We don't all have to agree. But when the majority says, this is not we can't tolerate this. We can't tolerate this. Yes, Maria, I heard he go live every day. And he might develop a new group of people who want to follow that. I'm not saying there's nobody that will follow Ben, because there is an audience for everything and everybody. Black women should not be in that chat because he don't have no respect for us. He does not have any grounds for the conversations that he wants to have about us. So why are we supporting him? Why are we making sure he gets what he needs on YouTube? This is the kind of man that you literally would run from in real life. You would take your child in the grocery store and grab their hand, get the hell away from him. This is him. She over there putting a jacket on me. She over there talking all that. No, I'm not putting shit on you because you don't have to have on a jacket. I'm saying in my life, you would not be tolerated. You would not be around my children. You would not be allowed in my neighborhood. You would not be allowed on the bus talking like that. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to cut to the chase. So there's no discussion about what did Val mean. Val means that you are a disgusting individual. Your mouth is nasty. Your personality is trashy. You don't have no respect for nobody. I ain't never seen you respect a soul. You don't respect your boxing buddies. You don't respect your woman. You don't respect your play woman. You respect Cat more than you respect anybody. So I'm confused as to why you give a damn about what the hell is being said over here. Just rock out with your cock out. Ignore us. We cackling hands. Let us cackle. Huh? Let us cackle. Let us do our chicken thing and you stay the hell over there. How about we do that? Let us be mindful of what goes in and out of our sector, what is feeding us and what is poisoning us. And we have decided you are poison for the Black tea sector. Now, if you find a way in, congratulations. But I bet you we won't be on your channel. How you gonna get mad because grown-ups decide they ain't fucking with you? You can't make somebody like you. You can't make somebody follow you after you have shown yourself to be the type of person that you've shown yourself. And just like they made the comment one day, hey, ain't nobody his mama. No, ain't nobody his mama. That's the point I'm making. I'm making that point. Can't nobody control this grown-ass 45-year-old man. And nobody is trying to. Nobody is trying to. I feel as if the idea is, oh, they going over there and trying to run Ben's channel. Oh, they got mad because Ben went. Don't nobody give a damn. Ain't nobody sitting around in no prayer circle chanting his name and lighting candles. He ain't important enough to take time out of our day to be like, come on, y'all, let's talk about Ben. Let's huddle together. As a matter of fact, this whole live ain't it. The point of this live is to make sure it's solidified that I don't fuck with him, and I will not be fucking with nobody that fucks with him, because it goes against everything I stand for. I have morals and I have reasons to not be around people like that. And let me say something else, y'all. Forgive me, because y'all know once I get started, if I am your friend and you care about me and you know what I went through as a child, you gonna sit up under this nigga and support what he's saying when it's borderline abuse? Come on, y'all. Come on, be real. I don't like nobody enough to be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to sit over there anyway because that's my buddy. No, buddy, fuck that. I'm going to talk to you afterwards. I'm going to let you know that you don't have my support. I'm going to let you know that what you're saying and doing is trifling and nasty. That's what I'm going to do. No, we're not friends. We're not buddies. We can't rub elbows. And whatever the fuck people are saying to y'all about, the black tea sector, soak that shit up, because y'all going to need it for wherever it is y'all headed next. Nobody is trying to hinder y'all from doing nothing. Do y'all? Just don't expect us to accept it. How hard can that be? How hard can it be for me to get on here with a purple wig and y'all be like, oh my God, why does she have that wig on? I like purple. And what y'all gonna do? Nothing. It's my wig. So the best thing y'all can say is, okay, Val, do you. Now, if they decide to watch me with my purple wig, kudos. You can't make nobody accept what you accept. And as far as like a public outrage, I feel like not enough people are pissed off. I feel like not enough people are voicing their concerns. I feel like this Negro need to be reported, because as far as I feel, and the things that I see, he has issues, deep-seated issues, and he shouldn't be around no child, ever. Yolanda and her nasty mouth, no real business women speaks. And listen, this is a whole nother thing too. So we're interrupting his ability to grow his channel. How are we doing that? How are we doing that? Who's going over there and interrupting? Thank you, baby. Interrupting him talking crazy. Huh? Who's going over there and being like, Ben, if you want a brand deal, you got to, if he get a brand deal, happy for him. That mouth ain't getting nothing but sealed up. And he always threatening somebody, talking about physical violence when he know he's not going to pull up and do a damn thing. All of these keyboard gangsters and all of these people that act like they're coming to your house are the people that you see on the news. Just move on, damn. If discussions are being had or whatever the case may be, and yesterday somebody mentioned Sammy and she showed up, right? And she is immediately infuriated by anything that is said that teeters on trying to tell her what to do or how she should be acting. So she rages out. She flips out. She goes off, right? So her and Essence had a thing yesterday, because Essence said, I just want, I'm trying to understand why somebody would, support somebody like this. And are you a, what did she call it? Are you a band, not a stand? Are you a, what did she call her? Sympathizer. She lost her mind on Essence. She lost her mind on Essence. Because Essence said, are you a sympathizer? What? So we madder at Essence for saying that than we are at the man who, come on, child. Come on. It don't make sense. It don't make sense, because when you really think about it, why the hell are we wasting time on this? Why? Is this going to be like the Mel and IO situation? Is this going to last for years? I think not. I don't think so. I think that we have really come to an agreement that it stops here. Where is Queen Tulsa? It stops here. I don't know where Rich is. I haven't seen or heard from him. I'm assuming he's over on Sammy's though, because him and Sammy are close. Sammy speaks so highly of herself, but when she's aligning herself with Ben, it negates everything. Listen, and Sammy, 5 years old, yes, and Sammy, and this is why I kept trying with Sammy, is because I thought Sammy had potential, and I thought Sammy was a businesswoman. I thought she had her own insurance, thing she was doing, and she was doing you. I really thought she had it going on and the potential. But when you jump down my throat because I'm defending you, I'm confused. And so last time I was in her chat, oh, here's the preacher. Here comes the preacher. You preach against me. I preach against what's wrong. And sometimes that's me. I have no problem saying, oops, y'all, I made a mistake, or forgive me for what I did. Put your egos to the side, accept responsibility for the bullshit, and then get yourself together. Ain't nobody saying come back over here and let's be friends. We get it. Y'all different than us. Y'all want us to leave y'all alone? Leave us alone. I can't tell Phantom how to run his channel. Phantom has his own flow and his own mode and how he lets people come and go. It can be hectic at times because you got so many people hitting that panel and they don't get along. So the only advice I can give Phantom, and he didn't ask, is to be a little more attentive to his chat. To his panel, because you don't want to ignite a fire that does not need to be ignited with these two sides going against each other. And it's going to continue as long as it's being fed. As long as people are jumping up for the numbers, for the views, to say, oh, I want to confront Essence, or I'm going to confront Val, or we're going to have a conversation. Come on, let's have that conversation. Let's have that. Come over here to my channel so I can get the views. I'm not giving them the Phantom. But there cannot be conversation when people refuse to admit there's an issue even going on. Ain't nothing happening. Don't say that about him. He's not like that. Let me tell you something about he's not like that. Do you know how many mothers, sisters, brothers, cousins, aunties, next door neighbors are on the news saying, I can't believe it. He was such a nice guy. He was a great person. He used to take the kids to the park. He used to mow my grass. He used to sell me all kinds of cookies and candies. He was the sweetest guy in the neighborhood. So I can't believe he did what he did. I have trouble trusting people in my real life that I'm looking at. I put holds on it. No, you can't. My kids don't go and never have gone over to people's houses because that's just how I am. You understand what I'm saying? Not because I have an issue with you, but because I don't know that you allow your household to flow like mine. I don't know that your new boyfriend is okay. These are the things I thought as my kids was growing up. Oh, your mom got a new boyfriend. Now they can't come over. I'm steady in my head about how to protect my children. So in my mind, I'm thinking you're in the same place, Sammy. But again, for you, this is about protecting him. Do you? I don't think anybody should talk about you protecting him. I think we ought to let you protect him. Be glad you got somebody to protect. Let the most hated family do the most hated shit and keep it pushing. I think we should stay the hell away from y'all. I think we should be sure to lock it down and shut it out, because that's what I'm being told you want. And we have the majority of the people I talk to don't have a problem leaving either one of y'all alone. None of that. Nothing fruitful is coming from over there. Ain't nobody leaving from over there. Oh, I had the best conversation at Ben's house. Oh my God. It was so deep. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about that. Oh, sitting with Ben is like the best thing that's ever happened. I can't wait to sit with Ben again because I can hear him talk about children. I can hear him drag black women. Oh, I can't wait to sit with Benjamin. Have you been over to Benjamin's? Did you hear what he said about the babies? Ha, ha, ha. Isn't he so funny? He's got such a great sense of humor. Oh, we were on for 14 hours. Yep. And all he did was cuss out all of the T sector, talk about giving them the D, talk about their dead mamas, talk about how big his anaconda was. Oh, what a time was had, because we didn't mind being disrespected over there in a house where we know all he do is disrespect us. Come on. Come on. Nobody is running over to nobody else and saying, yep, that's the place to be. You missing out if you ain't over there. If you ain't over there with Ben, you missing out. Ben is the man. He can be the man over there doing what he doing. Whatever it is that he wants or whatever it is he's trying to figure out, I believe, yes, his woman supports him. I believe that Sammy is going to do what it, because Sammy seemed like that type of woman. She's going to hold it down for her man. She's a rider. He's lucky that's what he got. Because many women would have just punched you in your face. Because your mouth is so nasty. And because you think that it's okay. That's just who I am. I ain't about to change for nobody. The most hated is going to be the most hated. Okay? The most hated is going to be the most. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Well, somebody hit the link. Somebody hit the link. I know y'all out there. Hit the link and let me tell you why I'm going to handle the big three. Because, see, the most hated is running things. The most hated is going to have control of the black tea sector. They're going to be saying, Benjamin, oh, Benjamin, good morning. Can you lead us in prayer? Oh, Benjamin, yeah, I'm the most one, the most hated queen. She's in the house. The most hated dog is in the house. The most hated fly is in the house. The most hated chickens are here. All the most hated individuals, because we taking a stance on the black tea sector. We made a decision that we don't want to be involved. Make the decision. Hurry up. We're bored now. We don't give a shit. And we're not going to let you play this over and over in your head and in your mind for content. Because I believe, ain't that what Sammy said? It's all content. It's all content. So the more people don't go over there, the more content you have. Right? You can stay on for 47, 11 hours. You up all night doing all of the... Child, let me tell y'all something. I believe that a lot of this shit is for clicks and views. I think that a lot of the stuff that's being said and done is for people to come over and sit and listen, right? But it's going to backfire, because whenever the decision is made to tell the people what's really popping, nobody's going to give a shit. Don't nobody want to hear. Essence. Now, I don't know about Sammy being jealous of Essence, but Sammy, yesterday was not a good look, child. Yesterday was not a good... Essence was asking questions and you lost your mind. She was very poised. She was very quiet and you flipped out. Why? This is the problem. We cannot communicate with one another. You want it with me. We cannot communicate with one another. Because if you couldn't have a conversation with Essence as quiet as and respectful as she was being, ain't no way you're going to be able to talk to nobody else. So that's why I'm saying let it be, y'all. Let them go ahead and do them. Let them fly away. To God be everything to you. Because we don't wish nothing bad on you. We just wish you go away and leave us alone. Yeah, we're at that point now. Because all y'all talk about is how y'all better than this sector and y'all moving on. But then your content is about us. Or your thumbnail is one of us. Come on, let's wake up. This is a content producing, make money situation. Now, did y'all all sit around and decide this is what y'all was going to do? No, because Benjamin don't have that kind of sense. He don't have that kind of mind. He's not intellectual on that level. And I'm not calling him stupid. I'm saying that he's not thinking through on a plot. If it was a plot or a play, they would have to feed it to him with a spoon. But what I'm trying to say is it's getting so out of control, just like y'all used to say about Melanie and Incoming. Is this real? Is this a real situation with them? Because it never ends. It goes on and on and on, right? So we don't want another situation like that. We want this shit to be over. We tired of it. It's lasted too long. Okay? Don't nobody care no more. Don't nobody care. We have canceled you. Do you feel canceled? Because it's there. It's there. Now, I want you to understand that the people who ran the whole cancel being situation, or some of them people came from over there with you. Huh? Some of those people came from over there with you, and they were so outdone with your mouth. So don't, them bitches over there, they just don't like me. They don't know what it's like to have a real man, because I can flip it over like a pancake and give it to you like sausage and gravy. Like, I don't know what is even coming out this man's mouth, y'all. Like, what the fuck? What is he even talking about? The things that he say don't make no sense. No sense whatsoever. But for people who like that trifling, nasty, low-life, gutter conversation, you're going to keep finding yourself over there listening to it. And I can't hate, nor will I hate on somebody who thinks that that's the kind of shit they want to hear. Do you? But understand, it's just a matter of time before the flips out into the chat. It's just a matter of time. We've seen it before when he goes off on people in the chat. When he starts saying unnecessary things. And Sammy is there. Ben, okay, baby, that's enough. Okay, that's enough. If it wasn't for her, ain't no telling what the hell we would be dealing with. Because she over there petting your fur and telling you that you're a good puppy and stop pissing on the carpet. You can piss on y'all carpet all you want. Our carpet is brand new over here. We're doing renovations. So piss on the most hated carpet. We don't want to be a part of the most hated family. What more can we do? How do we show you that we no longer want to be involved on what goes on over there? Like, I don't know how clearer it could be. Hey, everybody I haven't spoken to, please hit the like, y'all. Remember, I'm trying to get my watch hours so I can get monetized. Please hit the like, subscribe. Hit that Cash App. Give your girls some coins. I always wanted to say that. Hit that Cash App. Give your girl some coins for her hard work, which is actually just me sitting here talking. But y'all know what I mean. But yeah, so I don't know. I think that Sammy supports him and she uplifts him because she understands that don't nobody like him. That's what I think. I think that she over there, she just like, well, now I can't leave you by yourself. I think that when you in your chat and people say ain't nobody chatting, you go and call Sammy because you know if Sammy's in that chat, if Sammy's on that panel, people are going to come over and listen. People going to come over and try to see what's going on because now you got the most hated queen back up on your stuff. And we ain't stupid. We see what's happening. Nobody over here is in kindergarten. We see what's happening. We just don't want to play anymore. Okay? We picked up all our toys, put them in the back of our Range Rover, and we came on back over here across the railroad track. We don't want to play. Your mouth is nasty. You're not looking too well. Okay? Manifest, that sounds nice. I'm too good, just working. I have 11 a.m. meeting, so I'm hanging out. Yes, that's my baby boo right there, child. You can tell me nothing about melanated. Okay? Yolanda, we too old to be riding and die. She's a rider, girl. I don't know. Listen, I don't know how old you are, Remy, but apparently you can be a rider up in your early 45, 60 years old. I don't know. See, I'm just visiting. I just got a day pass and went over across the road. I don't understand what they be talking about. That's why I be in the chat with y'all like, what's going on? What's happening? 1 minute is folks up there and they talking about something serious, and then it's all laughter, and then somebody is hurt, and then somebody needs prayer, and then what is happening here? It's like a jambalaya of foolishness. because you're not sitting there controlling anything. Okay, y'all, now we're going to do this, or y'all can come on up and do that. You just want to sit over there with your mouth on all these women, looking at their profile pictures, trying to see who you going to run up in next. Nobody. Ain't nobody letting you do it. Nobody's doing that over here. She does those crying lives talking about she's struggling, hasn't been happy in a while. Listen, you don't have to struggle, Sammy. You don't have to struggle, sis. This is a choice. You had a community around you to uplift, and I don't care how much you say we didn't do it. We did it. Uplifting you, wanting to protect you and your son. We did those things. We were kind. We were supportive. We did those things. Now, when it started turning ugly, yeah, people started getting ugly about it. But you don't have a reason to be sad. You didn't have a reason to feel alone. And then you start cussing all of us out because you feel like we're not supporting you because you're supporting him. Girl, it's not that. It's not just that. We don't understand how a mother can sit up with a Negro who talks the way he talks about children. He's not a safe individual. I'm just going to say the shit. I'm just going to say it because I feel like people are just tiptoeing around this shit. I was molested from 5 to 11. This Negro is not a safe individual. And when you find out that he is playing you, okay, because now he recognizes that people will come and see you and don't nobody want to see him. Or when he says something derogatory or hurtful about your baby, or when he says something about you that you just cannot take or deal with, you're going to recognize that it was a whole lot of people that supported you. A whole lot of people that didn't want to see you go down this road with that man. And I don't give two shits what Benjamin got to say about me. I'm going to tell you right now. Benjamin, he's not my caliber of man. There's no way in hell I could sit with Benjamin. I ride with kings, okay? And I don't give a shit what nobody say about it. No man in my life is going to get on the internet and talk like that about women. No man. I don't give a shit. In point blank and period. Who does that? They got too much respect for their mother. And because they love and respect their mother, they know that black women should be loved and respected. So they're not going to talk like that. They're not going to move like that, behave like that. Because they're representing a family. They're representing their beliefs. They're showing their integrity and their character. Men should do that. Have you ever read the book by I can't even remember. The Measure of a Man. I want to say it was Sidney Poitier, maybe that, or whoever it was. And he talks about in the book how a man's character, what he does when nobody is around, what he says when he's in a room by himself, he knows who he is. He knows what the fiber of his being is. And when you come out here and you talk like that, your fiber is loose and disgusting. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Where is the character? Where is what do we build on? There's no foundation. What are we building on with a man who disrespects all of the women that come over there to support him? It would be different if we went over there to call him names and act a fool in this chat. That's not what was going on. He was disrespecting women. He was talking about us. He was doing all sorts of shit. And he was talking about Sammy. And she didn't want nobody to protect her. So I need for you to understand, because you are raising a black king. I need for you to understand, don't let this man have no influence in his life, because this man is not a man at all. This is an individual that saw an opportunity to make money off the black tea sector. You were over there. He recognized that you were a formidable person in the black tea sector, because at the time people were talking about you or following you. You were on the uptake, right? And so you were coming over there. Oh, Sammy. Then he decided he gonna come get you, see you, whatever the fuck went on. I don't know. I get y'all situation mixed up with the whole situation with Incoming and Homeboy, because it's too much love being spread on this motherfucker. Everybody is sleeping with everybody, and everybody want to not be talked about. Cleo said something that rang in my ear yesterday. She said, it don't matter who I'm talking to. I'm not bringing my shit to YouTube. When you allow this shit to unfold in front of people, what do you expect? I would be asking this Negro, you go out there in front of all these people and you say the most disgusting things. I need to know what you see in me. I need to know what you think of me as a Black single mother. I need to know what your intentions are. Where are you headed? These are conversations you should be having with that nigga. Why you get so upset with us? Don't nobody mean you no free. Ain't nobody over here talking about hurting you. We're disappointed. We can't believe it. And ain't nobody really dug that nigga's ass no way. So he can kick rocks or swim in the sea. I don't care. But his behavior speaks to his character. His behavior speaks to who he really is. I don't give a damn what nobody says. And when he is by himself, what is he thinking? What is on his mind that he can come up with this? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all say I'm so funny. Do y'all know why I'm funny? Because I allow my mind to just go into a place of laughter, things that make me laugh, right? So in order for you to speak what it is you need to speak in a situation, your mind has to be there. You ain't just up and said, oh yeah, put the babies in him. That shit is in him. It's who he is. He don't have no respect for nobody. And then the crazy thing is, I'm not going to turn my back on. Don't turn your back on him. This is what's upsetting to me, Sammy. You are missing the point. And because you're missing the point, you feel like you got all these enemies. Nobody's telling you don't turn your back on him. We say take him over there and do whatever it is y'all going to do over there because he's not welcome here. You made a decision to follow him and to be his woman and to support him. Go ahead. But don't be talking about us because we decided that's not what we're going to do. It's not that hard of a discussion. Why do we convolute everything with the yeah, but, and? Yeah, but, and his ass is trifling and nasty. He shouldn't be talking away talking about kids. I don't give a flying fuck who like him and who don't like him. If you are a mother, you need to think about the words that are coming out this nigga's mouth. Why does he think it's okay to talk up under a woman's clothes? A woman he does not know. That if we were at a job, he would get fired. That would be considered a Me Too thing. But we'll sit here on the internet and go over there and we're supposed to laugh and giggle with this motherfucker. Are you serious? Hell no, I won't go. And I don't care what nobody think about it. I don't have to listen to that shit. I don't have to look at him and the way he looking, how he looking. Nobody signed up for this shit for real. And like I said yesterday about Caucasian people, if you over there riding on Ben, you need to get you a wristband so you can come back over here in the T sector. Now, I'm not telling nobody what to do. I'm just saying figuratively, anybody that's coming over there sitting up under you is probably just waiting to see a train wreck. Okay? Ain't nobody rocking with you like that. Why y'all think they jealous of me? Everybody's jealous of me. They so jealous. Y'all gonna keep watching. Y'all gonna keep watching because everybody knows I am the wave. What wave? What wave? We're not in the ocean. There's nothing going on beautiful here. What wave? Hey, Auntie Mickey, what wave are we talking about? Because the only wave that I can see is the wave of people that are swimming their ass back across here, trying to get home. If Sammy is no longer part of BTS, then why she don't start or build her own community? Nora, you go ask that, baby. You go ask that. You go ask that. And she's over there and she says, oh, those people from that sector. If we from that sector, why do you care what is being said and done over here? I don't understand how you get so worked up about anything that's being said in this chat when you're not worked up about a nigga that's talking about what he gonna do to twins or babies or whatever was said. I don't get it. I don't get that. The anger is misplaced. It's almost like projection. Like you so mad at us for speaking our mind and feeling like we feeling, but you ain't mad at him. He the one that got you into all this. You tried to calm down, babe. Don't go there, babe. Don't say that. Ben, what is wrong with you? You out here, you own one today. Ben, like he's a fucking animal, like he's a puppy dog. That's how I talk to my cane corso. I'm like, Maki, get over here. Get over here. Not in their yard, babe. Not in their yard. Come back over here. You get back over here with us. Maki, don't you use it in their grass. That's the neighbor's grass. Like, what are we doing? What man needs that much direction? What man needs that much direction? Don't do that, baby. Don't do this, girl. Come on, wake the fuck up. Stop trying your hardest. Stop trying your hardest to make it seem like we have come up against you. We're teaming. Ain't no team. Do you know how long it took some of us to even recognize what was going on? They was talking about me. They was like, stop supporting Sammy. Why are you supporting her? Listen to what she's saying. Because I was going to keep supporting you, even though I can't stand him. I was going to keep. But baby, your mouth ain't too much far from his. And when I start putting it all together, I recognize you can't rock with me because you know my history and you still think it's cute what came out of his mouth. You still think that the words he said, it wasn't a big deal. What he's saying and what some of y'all are doing, what he's saying and what other people are doing. Stop comparing what that man says to what anybody else says. Nobody else has said that. Trees talked about kids. Trees ain't never talked sexually about nobody's child. And I've been on here as long as Trees. Now, she will drag the shit out of somebody's child. And Trees knows she wrong too. But ain't nobody talking the way he talking. Ain't nobody talking the way he talking. Sliding around, gritting his teeth, swinging them 4-5 dreads he got in his head, batting his eyelashes, talking about what a good man he is and how he can do it like this and do it like. Do what? What are you doing? Nobody wants you over here. Who are you doing these things to? I'm confused. Why are you even having conversations of a sexual manner with anybody besides Sammy? But when don't let the queens pop up. Oh, Danny Lynn. Oh. I sure do love my Danny Lynn. Where my baby mama at? This is his life. This is what he wants his life to be. He wish he had 4-5 women trying to get up close to him. Come on, wake up and see what's really happening. Stop trying to hide behind other people's feelings and emotions. They got every right to feel the way they feel. Hey, Aaron, we've all been through things and we've all experienced things that can make us feel like we're not fucking with him, whether they got kids or don't have kids. Okay? So it can't be a situation, all the mothers are over there and they up under vow and they talking they shit and the pastor is pastoring and the preacher is preachering like she ain't never done. She done a whole lot of shit. See, this is where you can't get me. I fucked up many times. And I come and I apologize, I pray and I ask for forgiveness. And I come on here and I try to show some improved behavior. Do you understand how that works? My expectation starts off real low because you don't know how people are going to receive you. But see, you got to put your ego to the side. I don't know how many times you got to take you out and allow something else to be inside so that you can hear clearly what people are trying to say to you. You got to take your ego out and you have to be able to say, you know what, ego, you getting me in a lot of trouble because you're making me concentrate on selfish things. I need to be concentrating on things as a mother does and listening like a mother would. Because when you do that, you will see this nigga in a whole different light. Peel back some of your emotion and some of the layers where you done had these people hurt you and talk about you, Sammy. I've been there. Peel them layers back, girl, and go ahead and let this nigga have it. Because it's just a matter of time before he embarrasses you, hurts you, does some low down dirty deed. This is who we talking about. And I don't give a damn. I really don't. And everybody, when it comes to kids, I put my foot. When it comes to kids, I put my own body down. It's ridiculous. It's nasty and it's trifling. No man should think that he's okay jumping his ass up there saying the things that you said. And the fact, let me tell you something. Y'all need to stop with he gets drunk and he just start to do this. And he just started. Benjamin is a wonder. Let me listen. The more drunk you are, the more sober your mouth is. He get drunk and then he sit up there and all he talks about is how he can't stand the women over here and he's better than the big three and don't nobody need to tell him nothing. And Sammy, that's my girl. Sammy is my and he only mentions Sammy when ain't no other woman around. Come on, let's talk about it. He's only mentioning Sammy when none of those other girls are present. Now, why is that? If Danny Lynn ain't over there, if Kat ain't over there, then Sammy, Sammy is my woman. Sammy is my queen. Exactly, Nori. Sammy is my queen. How's she your queen? But I would not allow you to sit up there and cuss and talk like that. I'd be like, look, if you want my support, you need to shut the fuck up with the nonsense. And I know I ain't you. I'm trying to give you a last little bit of advice before I don't never say shit to you again. There will come a time where you will feel like, I wish I would have behaved differently with those people over there who were just trying to give me advice. And they wasn't angry and they wasn't mad. In the beginning, it was just like a sisterhood. And the people that you know were really supporting you, you pushed away. Come on, let's call a thing a thing. That's all he has done to disregard or disrespect her. Remember the tongue lashing, putting babies in another woman, asking other women to come on now. How you putting babies in Danny Lynn, but he your man? Oh, that was a long time. No, it wasn't. It was a couple of weeks ago. How you putting babies in what's the baby's name? And Kat. All Kat ever do is ask you for money. She said, yeah, give me my child support. And you still got your tongue wagging and you can't breathe because you're trying to look at Kat. We all see it. You can be a sexual deviant and still have a life. I don't know why we signing off on he gets drunk. Stop it. Stop it. You know how many people in prison got drunk and did the wrong thing? Do y'all know? You know how many people that got drunk and broke in somebody's house, got drunk and attacked somebody, men or women, got drunk and did the most disgusting things to other people? Stop making him be drunk a thing. Who gives a shit if he's drunk? If he wants to run his channel like an alcoholic, like a drunk, like whatever the hell it is that he wants to, nobody cares. Drink yourself into a Hennessy, sleep well. Nobody, it don't bother us. This ain't about what you do to us. This is about us telling you we done. Since y'all want to make such a big deal out of, here they go. They think everybody wants to be me. I'm going to tell you right now, and this is the honest to God truth, and I don't mean no disrespect, baby. When I tell you that there is nothing going on over there that I could ever want, there's nothing going over there that I could ever think about wanting, there's nothing going on over there that I would ask God to bless me with. I am not trying to be jealous of anybody who allows that type of shit in their company or around their children, period. So you ain't got to worry about me being jealous. Jealous where? For what? Because you have no self-esteem and no self-respect and you allowing this kind of nonsense. I ain't never been jealous of nothing Sammy got. I don't even know what you got. Everybody that tries to help you and make comments or says something that might change your mind about where you are, they jealous. They want to be you. Who in the hell in the chat? Put a 493 in the chat if you want to be Sammy. 493. Exactly. And then I was just about to say that too. You get into it with people because you a Trump supporter. Let me make this clear. I don't care if you was a Donald Duck supporter. This ain't about politics because I don't care what you do with your political views. This is about children. This is about making sure they are protected no matter what. Not just when your child is on the thumbnail. Not just when my child is being discussed. Not just when we're talking about trees and how she was sexually active at 5. Not just when we're talking about uncles in panties. We're protecting children, period. It ain't no but, it ain't no if, it ain't no this case. No, in every case. In every case, I believe if a content creator is talking about kids, we need to leave that chat. Stand up and show them we're not pulling No more. We mean what the hell we say. The shit is wrong. It's not, there's no way we can accept it when we say we're trying to clean up over here. And what's going to be acceptable over here. Sammy is just desperate for peen. And listen, all this internet shopping, right, Auntie Mickey, all this internet shopping for penis drives me absolutely insane. I am so glad I met my husband over 30 years ago, because if I had to come on here and fish for a man, I don't even know what kind of bait you put on that hook. What are you fishing with that this is what you caught? Huh? What did you put on that hook? Some old spoiled bologna? Like what? How did you catch this fish? How did this fish get on your line? I mean, if we out here catching men with fishing poles, okay, I need to know this. How and why do you approach the dock with something that you know will attract a fish, okay, a sardine like this? Because all y'all out here fighting and loving and I'm going to be together forever on the internet. Don't know one another, can't see one another, can't talk to one another, but y'all can get together on the internet and act a damn fool. And then when somebody say something about you always on here trying to get a man, I'm not trying to get a man. I can get a man anywhere I want. Do that. You can have the man you want right now. Just don't talk to us about it. We don't care. We don't, I think I'm speaking for the chat. We don't care. We don't care if you and the big fish from the most hated family have, get married. We don't care no more about what happens over there because we recognize it's none of our business. You don't want to hear it. We got all that in our head. So, do you? Do you? We can leave you alone. We can stop talking about y'all. We want to. This is old news for real. The Sammy Ben saga has played out. It's dried up. There are literally tumbleweeds rolling through Sammy and Ben City. Nobody's living there but y'all and whoever else y'all hang out with or deal with. We don't want to be a part of that. Okay? Ain't nobody trying to tell you how to live your life. I love how people get together and try to create a narrative of what we're trying to do. We're trying to help with. First, we was trying to help Sammy, but that's not a thing. So now we're letting Sammy know, be happy with your man, but keep it out from over here. It's not that deep. It's not that hard to understand. I feel like it's so plain, we can literally write it in crayon on the window and walk away. Why is the black tea sector your content if you're not in the black tea sector? Huh? You can't stand us. We terrible people. Oh, I done heard a lot of things you done said, Sammy. You've said a lot of mean things about the people over here. And that includes the people who used to support you. And you're going to regret it. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Everybody talks about karma. You're going to regret the behavior that you have given because people want to see you do better and see you protect your son. I protect my son, do you? Because that nigga over there don't give a damn about him at all. If I was you, I'd take his sardine ass and throw him back over in the swimming pool where you got him. That's what I would do. It's so many big fish in the world. It's whales and sharks. Go out there and catch you something that's meaty and got some meat on it, something you can live on for a while. Go out there and catch you a big kahuna, something that you and your baby can have for the rest of your life, and leave this sorry ass nigga alone. Because again, when his content dries up, he gonna be caught. Sammy, I need you to come over here, Queen. You got to come over here, Queen. Ain't nobody in my chat. Ain't nobody in my chat, Queen. I'm about to explode. I'm having a nervous breakdown. I'm losing all my dreads, Queen. You got to come over here. Ben, I'm doing my own live. Now, forget your live. Don't you love me? Don't you love me like you said you would? When you caught me out there in the swimming pool, in the lake, you said you love me forever, baby. My chat is dried up. There's nobody there. Okay, Ben. Soon as she hit that panel, here comes 20 or 30 people to see what y'all about to argue about. Because she about to tell you she got things to do and you about to beg her to stay because you don't have an audience without her. Oh, yeah, I'm on one today, y'all. We're going to start having our morning chat because in the morning I'm ready. And I don't give a damn. The truth is the truth. Just like I had to go around here and accept the truth. And people tell me, Val, you got to do this, this, and this because this is how we feel. I did that. It's necessary for people to understand where you come from. You sit around with your chest out poked out, thinking you ain't going to never have to deal with people again and F them and F this. You live your life like that. I would hate to think that anybody in this world will walk up to Benjamin in real life at a Walmart or a Target and be like, hey, baby, can I get your number? Who is doing that? Y'all okay with Val pretending to be dead and now trying to, not dead. Let's get this straight since you up here. Val didn't pretend to be dead. Val said she flatlined, okay? Do you understand? So when you come over here, have your ammunition, okay? Because I'm about to tell you something. It don't matter what the fuck Val said, okay? Val apologized. Val said she was wrong. Val gave the people an opportunity to either accept it or not accept it. People like you want to make me feel bad. You can't make me feel bad. See, I got God on my side. I repented and I moved on. That don't change the fact of what the hell is going on over there. That's why y'all over here now. See, you can see these are the trolls. These are the bin stands. Val pretended to be dead. Shut the hell up. I'm alive today, bitch. I'm alive today, bitch. I'm real alive. So now what? Huh? Now what? Beep, beep, motherfucking beep. I'm on that ass. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. If these people don't support it, they'll leave. Okay? Forgive her of her lies. God has to forgive me, you dumb, rotten whore. God has to forgive me. I don't seek forgiveness from you. Okay? So swim your ass back across the tracks and eat whatever the fuck y'all having for breakfast over there in the most hated kitchen. Who the hell? You out your damn mind. You think you about to shame me, bitch? I have no shame. I did what was necessary. And what's funny about this person saying what they said, you got to be a Ben stand because you know that nigga ain't never apologizing. He could never be me. He could never stand on 2 feet and apologize. Period. I know. I'm about to go. I'll come over here with this shit. Child, please. That's the same thing Sammy was over there talking about. Talking about she pretended to be dead. She lied about being in the hospital. Get your information right. I was in a hospital, you dumbass, illiterate motherfuckers. I was in a hospital. And I really did flatline. If I show y'all the video my sister took, okay? Bitch, don't fuck with me. Okay? I really did. But it was the week before. And so because of the situation going on, I just used that because it was already out there that it had happened. You dumb fish-eyed fools. You're not going to make me feel no kind of way. So now, Val lie. Stop talking about Ben and let's talk about Val. Fuck you. Go over there and talk about me. Go over there and talk about me. See how that pans out for you. Shit. What you think I'm about to do? Run? Nope. I'm going to stay where the hell I am because what I'm saying is real. When people don't like to hear the truth, they get a motherfucking attitude. Get your attitude. Yep. Beep, 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 biggity beep. Shit. The hell you think this is? You gonna come to my chat and what? Y'all support her. If they didn't, they wouldn't be here. Okay? Shit, you can stay. As a matter of fact, you can stay here if you want to, because I can just keep talking to you. The hell? Melanated, okay? Early in the morning. You better go ask somebody. It's so obvious. Troll after troll. So obvious. Thank you, Dayla. So obvious. Yes, Oak Cliff. Well, it's the truth. See, this is the thing. Am I denying it? Am I denying it? Everybody knows what the hell happened. But did I talk about children? Thank you, Lady T. Shit. They are crazy as hell. Let's go over here and troll and make her feel bad. Troll my ass. Okay? I got up on the third day. Ruth, I'm not playing with you. I am not playing with you. Y'all, I got to be at the doctor at 10:30, but I am definitely going to come back sometime today. Thank you, Ruth. And I don't mind putting in the work. You got to, listen, you have to be able to humble yourself. We are human beings. You got to have some humility in you. When you make mistakes, when you hurt people, humble yourself. The Bible says, humble yourself and show yourself approved. Come on, word. I had to humble myself before God and ask for forgiveness, then come back and humble myself before these people. You're not going to make me feel no kind of way, you dumb lane sitting up under a would-be PDF motherfucking stupid bitch. If you want it, come and get it. Okay? You done trolled the right one, baby. The fuck? Right. Oh, Val said she was dead. She said she was dead, and all he did was talk about abusing women and giving the baby some eat. Val said she was dead, and y'all still like her? How do y'all like? Because they real human beings that accepted my apology. You dumb flaky bitch. That's how. Shit. They ain't have to come out. Listen, I know a lot of these people for a long time. They had choices they can, baby. They had choices that they can make, whether to forgive me or not. See, this is the point. I'm glad you sent your troll over here, because catch this. The point of the matter is, no matter what you say or do in this life, if you don't humble yourself and show people that you really are deserving of forgiveness, and show people that you really are sorry for what you did, even when people try to be on your side in the first place, people are hurt when you make mistakes and make them look bad or break their heart. I understood that, and I was so humble, and it made me feel terrible about myself. And that's why I was able to keep apologizing to these people, even when I came back on my channel. But see, the difference between me and y'all is I am humble. The difference between me and y'all is I can admit when the fuck I'm wrong. The difference between me and y'all is that the people love me and they believe that I can do better and that I have a plan ahead. Bitch, I'm in therapy, where the fuck all y'all should be, while y'all sitting over there worried about me and what I got to say. I thought I didn't have shit on my mind. I thought I need to leave shit alone. I thought I was making too big of an issue about what Sammy said. Fuck you. Because I'm going to make an issue about anybody that talks about a 5-year-old having sex. I don't give a fuck who it is. So kick rocks. The fuck? You thought this was coming over here fucking with me. You got the right. If I did not have to go to the doctor, baby, we could sit here for the next 2 hours and I could give you everything you want. I could tell you everything you need to know. Okay? Because what you need to know is you ain't shit. Because if you were, you would stand up like a man and you would do what the fuck real men do and apologize and stop acting like a nasty, trifling, lowlife, standing outside of the drugstore, got a paper sack with a small bottle of gin and want somebody to buy you a bottle of vodka. You dirty, nasty, trifling, ain't got no motherfucking dreads in your head, want to be Jay-Z's brother, but you never could be. Sitting over there letting that woman sit with you, and you know you don't have no intent to be a good man, motherfucker. And anybody sitting over there with you, I'm mad. Oh, we're so mad because you doing good. Fuck you and what you doing. Y'all asked for this now because y'all came to my house. See, I was trying to be nice. I was trying to handle things in a civil manner. But if this is what the fuck you want, then open the door for it. Do we understand one another? I was trying my hardest not to go there, but y'all decided send somebody over there to troll. Troll, let me tell you something. Don't be letting these people get you fucked up, because I am not the one to come over here in nobody's chat ever and think that saying something about their past is going to make people move. Bitch, I was there. I lived it. I did it. So now what? What you going to do? The fuck? Thank you, grandmother. They don't know nothing about clearing it up with God. Just like they don't know nothing about the merit of a man. What makes a man a real man? You can't teach an idiot nothing, because an idiot don't want to learn. Information is always out there to know things and find things out. But an idiot don't want to know anything and does not welcome people into a conversation where they know they're going to lose. So yeah, now you didn't ignited my fire. I didn't pretend it to be dead. Okay, well, let's do this. When I get back from the doctor, I'm going to come back and give you what you want. I might calm down a little bit, because I know y'all going to be like, don't do it. But see, when you come looking for me, bitch, and that's whoever is the troll, motherfucker. When you come looking for me, I never run. As a matter of fact, I'm going to come out on the porch and sit with your ass. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about why you so fucked up that y'all allow this type of shit up under y'all. We're going to talk about it, okay? Just like y'all want to talk about my fake bags, my fake this, my fake. You motherfuckers sit around and talk about shit that I already got. Don't play with me. Do you understand? Don't play with me. Ever. I got a $3,500 Goyard bag, motherfucker. I got anything and everything you could ever imagine. And it still did not make me right. I still had to humble myself. I still did something wrong. Who the fuck you talking to? And when you get through it, ain't shit you can say to change what God feels about me, huh? Is it? Can you tell the Lord she flatlined and now she's got people in it? Shut the hell up. Y'all, I got to go. I got to go. But y'all sure know, honey, if I can this evening, we're going to have us an evening chat. Because I want you to know I stand in what the fuck I stand in. Don't come trying to push me over because you feel like I shouldn't have supporters. Well, I got them. Well, I got them. They don't have to be here. They choose to be here. And I bet you they ain't coming over there to listen to the most hated, don't have no dreads, looking like a fool, talking like he got shit coming out his mouth, probably smells terrible, don't do nothing but fuck around with all sorts of women that he can disrespect and talk crazy to. He's nothing but a misogynist. And anybody that wants to sit up under that don't have no self-respect and don't have no self-control. And he thinks the only thing that he can do is to disrespect women like that because he don't know how to talk to a fucking woman. What helps me understand he ain't never had a real woman in his life. He didn't have bitches that let him mistreat them. Well, you done found the right one, motherfucker. Woo. Yeah. Right. Shit. You need to be working on your apology. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Shit. Yeah, I gotta go. I'm trying to see y'all, all of y'all comments, but I gotta get out of here. And much respect and love. Y'all know how we do over here. I appreciate everybody in the bushes, in the trees, wherever y'all at. I appreciate y'all for watching because it is, beneficial to me. I'm trying to get monetized because everybody keeps saying I've been on here too long not to be we doing puppet time tonight. We're doing puppet time tonight, Keith. We are doing puppet time. I'm getting the puppets ready. I'm about to go to the craft store, get some eyeballs to put on my puppets. Oh, we're about to have a time. Look, I love y'all. Y'all take care. Hit that like button and the subscribe button. And like I said, I'm loading up some of my old videos that were downloaded so y'all can watch them and help me get my watch hours up. If I appreciate it if y'all would do that. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm good. And I know y'all good. I know y'all good. It's nothing wrong with standing up for what's right, period. And if you're uncomfortable because you're on the wrong side of that, you need to really deal with yourself. Thank you, Nori. One day we're going to go live and I'm going to show y'all all my bags. I'm thinking about doing a auction. I'm really thinking about that. Right, Murph. You picked the right one this morning. Hey, Valencia. Shit, what you want to do? You want to tango or you want to break dance? Nigga, I got all my shoes out. We can do whatever. It got me hyped up and fired up. So go back over there to the nest and feed the babies. Shit. Okay? Y'all better ask somebody what kind of bitch y'all fucking with. I'm not a play. I'm a real one. Shit. Words. I'm learning to use words. Do you understand? Because I'm not used to using words. Y'all disrespectful as shit. Stay disrespectful. I know because you sent a troll over here that you're feeling defeated. Because you are. I'm thinking about doing that, Key. I think I am. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. I didn't got myself all hyped up and sweated out my wig. And I love y'all. Y'all have a good day. Be encouraged. Stay away from the riffraff. God loves you. I love y'all and appreciate y'all. And I will see y'all later.